And I randomly was listening to some music in my headphones, and a song by Peter Gabriel came on, Solsbury Hill. And apparently he wrote this song when he had a spiritual, he calls it, a spiritual experience. He went on top of this hill called Solsbury Hill, and he doesn't say if he was taking any hallucinogens, but I'm thinking maybe. And I'm going to give you the lyrics of the song, and then I'm going to tell you the reframe that happened with me at the same time. Every once in a while, you know how a song will hit you at exactly the time that you need it, and maybe it's just the way you interpret it. So I'm going to read these lyrics, and I want to see how you interpret them, because some interpret them as something about God. Other people interpreted it as something else. I know that when I heard it, I cried, and I didn't even know why. And I had to go look up the lyrics, and it took me a while to piece together what was going on. And here's what he said. So here are the lyrics from his spiritual experience. Climbing up on Solsbury Hill, I could see the city light. Wind was blowing, time stood still. Eagle flew out of the night. He was something to observe, came in close, I heard a voice. Standing, stretching every nerve, had to listen, had no choice. I did not believe the information, just had to trust imagination. My heart going boom, boom, boom. Son, he said, grab your things. I've come to take you home. To keep in silence I resigned. My friends would think I was a nut. Turning water into wine, open doors would soon be shut. So I went from day to day, though my life was in a rut, till I thought of what I'd say, which connection I should cut. I was feeling part of the scenery. I walked right out of the machinery. My heart going boom, boom, boom. Hey, he said, grab your things. I've come to take you home. I back home. When illusion spin her net. I'm never where I want to be, and liberty she pirouette. When I think I am free, watch my empty silhouettes, who close their eyes but still can see. No one taught them etiquette. I will show them another me. Today I don't need a replacement. I'll tell them that the smile on my face meant my heart going boom, boom, boom. Hey, I said, you can keep my things. They've come to take me home. So here's the reframe. You're probably thinking that you're seeing tears of sadness, but actually you're not. You're seeing tears of joy, which is what I experienced yesterday. I didn't think it would happen when I reread that. That kind of caught me by surprise. But here's the reframe. Everything ends poorly. That's it. Everything ends poorly. If you fell in love and stayed together your whole life, one of you is going to die first, and then the other one will die. You don't really have the option of things ending well. Things could be longer, they could be shorter, but they don't end well. Never. And once you realize that, it can help you put things into a better perspective. And here's the reframe. If it was ever good, it was worth doing. And here's the way to ask yourself if you regret it. If you had a choice of going back and you could remove the memory and all the pain, your whole memory of it could be gone. All the pain, all the memory of it. But in order to do that, the deal would be you'd have to forget the good stuff, whatever it was that you liked about it at one point. So you couldn't get rid of the bad memories unless you got rid of the good ones. And here's the question. Would you do it? Would you get rid of the bad memories at the expense of the good ones? If your answer is no, then you didn't lose anything. You didn't lose anything. And what happened to me when somehow the accidental connection of that song, which has very, let's say, ambiguous meaning. You probably all read something into it that was different. But, you know, I have this feeling that I live in a simulation, and that the model that makes most sense to me, the one that seems to explain my situation, is that there seem to be levels, like a game, and that you can't go to the next level until you solve a problem that is thrown at you continuously at your current level. And have you noticed that some problems just seem to repeat until you solve them, like the supply chain problems are going on right now? But also in your personal life, it seems like you get the same problem over and over again. And as I was thinking about this reframe and thinking to myself, wouldn't I be better off to have had this with a poor ending than to have never have had it? And a lot of people had been giving me, you know, sympathy and empathy for going through a divorce. But the truth is that for much of the time that I was, you know, married or with Christina, that my average day was, even my bad day was better than your best day. How do I feel bad about that? Like, how do I feel bad that I went through a period where on some days things were so good I couldn't even explain it. It was like beyond explanation. But everything ends, and then something will begin. And I'll tell you what I felt, which is that in order to get to the next level, which feels like what happened, I mean, at least in some mental model way, I had to get to forgiveness, right? Whenever there's a relationship, everybody is blaming everybody for everything. You know, you get to that point. But until you get to forgiveness, it feels like you're locked into some kind of hell. And yesterday, as I was listening to the song, I was thinking about why am I having bad thoughts about something that was amazing for so long? My first marriage, the same thing. Like, I wouldn't trade it for anything, even though it didn't end well. But I wouldn't trade it because I'd have to get rid of the good memories. And so I felt this overwhelming feeling of forgiveness, which freed me from some kind of a prison that maybe I didn't even know I was in. And so that happened to me yesterday. And if it helps to think of that reframe, which will probably be in a book I'm writing as part of the book, then I offer that to you. So I offer you my experience as one that maybe you can have as well. But when you find yourself in a tough time, you know, it's the end of something good, something that you had a lot of value in, even a life. You know, my stepson died of an overdose a few years ago. So even those tragic things, you can say, you know, I wouldn't trade the good parts.